Hi. So I'm going to talk about consistency. Now, you've probably heard people talk about consistency over and over again. You've probably been hit over the head with it. Like, you need to be consistent in order to achieve results. I'm going to try to explain to you today why it's so important using a story that I'm dealing with right now, which makes it very clear, and another story which is just amazing. Okay, so I have been on this diet called plant-based whole foods. It's a PBWF diet. The plant-based means vegan, and the whole foods means no processed foods. So no oils, basically, nothing from the store, no sauces, dips, or whatever. It's been tough. Like, I have had to cook every single thing. Now, I've come up with a very insane, intense routine that I'm following every single day. I already had a very intense routine, like a morning routine and a night routine, and now I have just added this whole new layer of like making sure that I cook every single thing and everything is homemade and no process, no oil, finding new recipes, all of that. And I've been working on that for about a month. So what has happened is that I have managed to do like maybe initially when I started, I managed to do the diet for about a week or maybe 2 weeks actually. And then I crashed on it in a big way, and I just for like many days. So once I break it, then I just break it for the next many times. So the cheat day thing is not working for me right now because I'm just like, when I start eating the oil or when I have one meal, then I want to have the second meal and the third meal, and it just, before I knew it, it was a week before I got back on the diet. I did get back on the diet, and I was on the diet perfectly for 7 days. And then I don't know, there was one evening that I spent with friends, and I just felt like I wanted to eat that stuff and just that oily food, and it felt so good, and I ate it. And then again, for the next 3 or 4 days, I couldn't get back. So now I started it again today. That's what I want to talk to you about. So have you heard that, have you ever used those hand pumps, or have you ever seen those hand pumps that used to be used for water before the taps and all of this new technology came out? People used to have to use this pump. You just pump water, and the water from the surface of like underground water came up, it rose. So in the beginning, you would just pump and pump and pump, and you wouldn't see water coming out because the water level was rising from the ground to up above. And once it started flowing, the water started flowing, then it was easy, then it consistently flowed. But in the beginning, you're putting in all that effort and you're not seeing any results. You were wondering, like, is this working? Is this something happening or not? The thing is, the second you stop pumping, the water level starts going down, and soon enough, it's gone back down to zero. So this is where consistency, this shows the power of consistency. You need to keep pumping so that the water comes up, because if it's not coming up, it's going down. It's not stagnant, right? Like, you're either growing or you're dying. You're not like stagnant. So that's what I've been doing. You make things much harder for yourself if you pump a little bit, and then instead of waiting, you might be very close, you might be even to the end, or you might be like 2 seconds away from the water, and you give up because you don't see any results and you're tired, and you stop, and then the water level goes down again, and you have to put in all that effort again. And that's what I've been doing with my body, because I'm checking results. I'm doing this for health reasons, and I can see the results happening, and then I stop and I start like eating all the oils and everything that I know is taking away from my results, and then I have to start all over again. So I'm making it very difficult for myself. So how do you do it? Like, so that is the importance of consistency. But how do you do it on those days where you're just not feeling it anymore? You're like, this is too much work. Oh my God, I understand it with this diet. It's like crazy. And I crave that oil, and I crave the food from outside. I crave not having to cook. I'm hungry. So the way to handle it is to do something tiny. So when you're pumping, you don't have to pump, like go hard at it and like get it fast. You can just do it slowly and it's still rising. It's not going down until you stop completely. So that's my my lesson for today, is that on those days when you don't feel like doing much and you don't feel like being consistent, just do something, just a little bit, so that it keeps the momentum going, so it doesn't take it away from it. And in my case, I can just like do something, I drink juice every day, and I walk every day, and like I do 3 different kinds of juices. So I don't have to do like 3 different kinds of juices. I can do 1 different kind of juice. And of course I can plan ahead and just have a few dishes that I make up front and put in the freezer, so when I don't feel like cooking or I'm hungry, then I have that go-to. So make it, set yourself up for success. I'll set myself up for success for the diet, and you guys can set yourself up for success. And this way you keep that momentum going and keep that consistency going. I hope that helped, and see you next time. Bye.